This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Are you ready for some of the hardest and more annoying parts of the dungeon? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Dark Cloud. In the last episode, we continued through the demon shaft, so we got quite a few levels in this one, 20, or in the last one, 24s. In this one, not quite 24s, because you're going to find out here pretty soon why that's the case, but at the beginning, we get a couple of lucky, emblem drops, like, right off the bat, but that'll change here eventually. Especially when we get to the next set of 24s. Yeah, there for some reason I accidentally checked an item onto it, and she's like, and I'm like, oh right, don't have it yet. I made quite a few mistakes here, and I think I die a few times too in the course of this video. Yeah, I always every time I find water, I always switch to Toan just in case, even if I've hardly used them, just because water doesn't replenish outside. Oh yeah, and this is when I decide, I think after this I decide to go back to town because I forgot to, usually between episodes I'll go to town and sell stuff so that way I don't have to worry about editing that part out, but in this case I just forgot when I was booting up the system. I was like, oh right, I'm gonna need to go back to town, so, but luckily you don't have to see all that. Basically, every time I go back to town it's just me selling everything, sometimes stocking up on stuff that I need, but for the most part it's just me selling crap so I don't have to worry about wasting the video of me dumping it and everything like that. So that one didn't take too bad on this floor. Still had to go through the whole floor, but yeah, there's like one floor up not too far away where I had to comb the floor multiple times because I missed a mimic. But yeah, that's when actually almost every time you see Toan come out of the thing, it meant I've gone back to town at some point, because usually I'm playing as Ruby for the most part. So yeah, here pretty soon will be the last of the, I don't know if I'd say super easy floors, but it does get the floors start getting a little bit more annoying with some stuff here pretty soon. And you thought the first 20 levels were annoying with that white fang thing that you had to switch to Toan for, or at least turn off your elements to actually hurt the thing. That'll amp up here in a second. And the defending enemies will amp up too, which is probably my most annoying thing in this game. Is I hate enemies that defend because it just drags out the fight longer. So here we go. So oh wait, no, I think is it this floor or the next one? No, it's one more floor. It's when you get to 61, that's the case. So no more easy golems or creatures. They don't have to switch the element to if you don't want to, because you usually can do a decent amount of damage. Let's see, we get a hex gun for Osmond, but yeah, not gonna really use it. So yeah, sorry Osmond. I used you a lot when I played you when I was younger, as a teenager. Actually, when did the game come out? I guess I was a young adult by then. So I guess I can't really say teenager at that point. Oh yeah, here it is, the 61st floor. Yeah, we start finding pirate chariots. I had to remind myself how to fight these guys. The Silver Edge skeletons, they do a ton of damage now, but luckily they're weak to holy, so you can at least knock them down pretty quickly. The silver edges from the boat, I believe. I have to double check that one. Oh yeah, bomb heads, at least they're easy. Fire, they didn't change that part at all, so there's like that little detail. Yeah, it takes me a while on this floor to finally kind of get my groove with the pirate chariots, because there's quite a few times where I get just bombarded back and forth in between the two creatures. It gets quite annoying at that point. Let's see, silver gears don't have any drops or steals from them. Let me take a look at their weak. I mean, I know that they're weak to oh these guys. Oh, I hate these guys. The space Gorions, at least the demon shaft version of them. These guys take forever to kill because you have to be non-elemental, and even when they're non-elemental, I'm not doing a ton of damage. And I hate fighting them in melee because they always get a bunch of cheap shots on me. So I think I end up dying at least once or twice to these guys. I end up just switching to lightning because thunder is technically weakness, but technically the best way to fight them is turning off elements and stuff like that. But man, yeah, I get lucky a few times in this when I fight them, like when the stop ability activates or insta-kill. Yeah, every time stop ability activates, I learn eventually to start switching to our main man there to start attacking him, since he does more damage too. Let's see. I was looking up the silver gears, but they're not popping up here on my main list. They're probably under something else. But the space grinds, yeah, they become immune to all elements except for thunder. There's another enemy in here that's like that, but they're not as annoying to fight, mainly because they don't have a lot of cheap shots when they attack. Because with the, or sorry, not grinds, Giants, every time you hit them, they will swing their spear at you, so you have to back off. But with Toan, you almost want to keep comboing with them. So yeah, I hate floor 60 through 80 because of those guys and the other creature, which I think we fight here pretty soon. Yeah, cursed roses are pretty easy, so nothing wrong with them. Same with the Demon Shaft version of the Krabby Hermit. I guess it makes sense to at least have a couple enemies be obnoxious while leaving the rest of them to be pretty easy. And let's see, yeah, I get a steel slingshot from a chest in the Demon Shaft. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for giving me such a bare bones item. I think I could buy that. You know, you think that at least the high priority to like rare weapons or something like that. I think this might be the floor I have to go over multiple times because I miss checking that one chest. Yeah, I think it is this floor. So we end up fighting all these enemies that I didn't need to. But luckily there's Krabby Hermits and Cursed Roses, so they're not as bad as the Space Giants or the Silver Edges or the Pirate Cannons. Although, like I said, the Pirate Cannons get a little bit easier to avoid later on, same with the Silver Edges. Though they still get me a few times, especially with Ruby, since we didn't get lucky with her defensive drops where she has max defense. Same with Toan, unfortunately. Like I said, I could have min-maxed it, but yeah, I don't think it would have saved me that much HP if I recall, even if I had maxed out everything. And so yeah, this is where I find the King Mimic and go, oh, there it is. I was kind of annoyed that I found it like dead last, but you know, that's just how law of averages goes in this case. So yeah, more silver gears, third gear. I don't know, whatever the song goes. So yeah, luckily though. So oh yeah, we fight beefed up Alexanders here, but nothing too. They're just annoying from their oh, here's the other enemy, the hearts card enemies. Yeah, they can't be hit by any element. I'd forgotten about that, so I was trying to hit them with everything. I'm like, oh, here we go. I have to switch to Toan. So now there's two enemies I have to melee with Toan, which I don't mind playing as Toan. It's just, you know, it's you know, when you're so used to just playing as Ruby the whole time, you're like, oh. But the great thing about the hearts, at least they drop stamina drinks, so I get quite a few from that, which will help me for the final areas and the boss, you know, so I can just spam stamina drinks and not have to worry about grinding for them or whatever. I end up using a few on some Giants to try and like make the fights a little bit easier. I end up using some yeah, with the Pirate Chariot, I have to remember that if you just wait a few seconds while after you hit them, they'll fire at you almost automatically, so I can just kind of bait them a little bit. But I think here pretty soon I end up taking one more. Well, actually, no, I take two more breaks. I take one here and then I take one like almost right before the final area, just to clean up inventory, get more healing, because I did. Oh yeah, and that happened a couple of times where I end up accidentally using the throbbing cherries because I want to go straight into sprint mode, and I forgot that I should just put the Drea's Feather on the first slot, because that every time you leave a dungeon and come back, that starts off as default. But for some reason I never do that because I don't know, just stubbornness or something like that. But yeah, this one is a heavy mimic floor. But yeah, I get lucky and I get the drop pretty well, not instantly, but pretty close. So yeah, the game gives me a couple of few nice little, you know, give me moments in this set of floors. Yeah, I think this floor actually ends up doing the most damage to me, just total overall, from like cheap shots and all the ranged attacks at me. And there's a couple of rooms in here where there's like multiple ranged guys that like I have to like kind of finagle around to get past them. But you know, luckily there's another quick one that I could skip most enemies on there. Now, yeah, if I had maxed out my items, obviously I probably would be spending more time trying to max out my weapons here. But that's why I did so early, because I didn't want to mess with it here in the Demon Shaft with enemies being a lot more tougher, or at least more annoying to fight. You know, I mean, they are tougher because they've got a lot more HP than the main game enemies by far. You kind of have to min-max your weapons by the. Oh yeah, here's one of the rooms where I have to run around as Pirate Chariot while deal with the heart, and I still get killed. So, but that's why I bought so many revival powders, just in case we accidentally, you know, get smacked a few times while playing here. But yeah, I get the emblem and we head on out. So we get to 469. Nice. That's actually treated me quite well so far at the beginning. Let's see, of course, Cursed Roses. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Gemrons or whatever. Yeah, their element weakness is thunder. Yeah, I got lucky with a stop. Oh no, I used the Throbbing Cherry there too. But unfortunately, like sometimes Throbbing Cherry, like it works instantly, but I don't know if how long if the stop lasts longer with the stop ability or Throbbing Cherry. But you kind of almost have to go in there and start smacking the guy. I think you're. At one point, I use a stamina drink, or maybe I've already done it, but I didn't want to use too many just to save off, because like a couple of these floors I go by pretty smoothly. Oh yeah, here's another floor where I get hit with multiple ranged attackers, and I just bite the bullet and start using healing because I got so much money. Like no reason, even though there's water. Actually, that happens quite a few times where I heal and then I find a water source like almost instantly. Yeah, like in this case, and I'm like, didn't have to use it, but. You never know what happened. I didn't know that there was going to be a water spot there. Oh, yeah, here's another annoying area I had to... Luckily, they don't all chase after me, weirdly enough. Like, the heart one does, for sure. But the Geons, like, they kind of stop until I get semi-close. And then they try to go forward. It's like they're... I think it's, like, the way that their, like, enemy placements are. Like, it blocked them from moving forward for some weird reason. Despite the fact they can move next to each other. I don't know. I didn't really check. Yeah, here's where I just, like... I'm just like, you know, I'm not getting close to you, dude. I'm just gonna spam lightning in your face with real lightning. But yeah, Silver Gear's dropping petite fish. Yeah, that's totally what I need here because you can use fish in this place. Yeah, I don't know why some like drops just don't get changed in this place. Like, I don't need petite fish or not petite fish, flapping fish. You know, still get those every once in a while. Luckily, I'm speeding it up for you because, yeah, it was kind of obnoxious. Oh, yeah, and I get lucky with a crit there. That's why I gave Ruby crit slow, was for these floors to hopefully, you know, get lucky with some slows and insta-kills. But I didn't get as many slows and insta-kills as I got, despite me hitting a person multiple times. You know, every time you hit someone, there's a percentage chance that one of the abilities will activate. So you think the more times you do it, the more chances for him to activate. But, yeah, sometimes that's just, like I said, the law of numbers. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work. Yeah, they tried to double up on me there, but luckily the Alexanders aren't too bad. They block a lot, but they're not too bad. Oh yeah, this is when I have to go. This is when I realized, oh yeah, I got so many soap drops from the Geons, I had to drop. So this floor, weirdly enough, I only do one more floor after this, but I still decide to sell stuff because I don't want to mess with, you know, doing that on screen, dealing with the trash, despite it being so fast for me to do this. So, all right. Yeah, one more. Sell all the... It's basically... I just sold... Yeah, I wasted another Throbbing Cherry there. Let's see. I think... Oh, yeah, we get a Drain Seeker. But I don't have enough power-up powder, so I don't know if I'll be able to give one to Ruby eventually. But that is the plan if I find enough or if I want to mess with it. Because then she could take advantage of the healing because she's doing the most of the attacking. But anyway, I think we're almost done with this floor. I think we find the... emblem pretty quickly, and we don't even have to go through the silver key door if I recall up ahead. So oh yeah, there it is. So that's it for this. So next episode, onward. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, see you next time.